Well, as Tinker, we come to so many places just to bring you the Dare to Dream stories. These are business stories that have taken on the journey they dare to dream, and now they're actually doing it. Today, I have a friend of mine, a guest, and a wonderful, wonderful CEO. I'm going to let her introduce herself and tell us what she does. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome any day, anytime, my friends.
Thank you for having me. This is such an honor.
I'm happy.
I'm sitting with a magnificent clean.
Ooh, child. Tell me, our viewers would love to know who are you, what do you do as we get to know. Are you a dare to dream kind of girl?
First of all, I am a dare to dream kind of person. I would like to pride myself in daring to dream above and beyond.
Okay.
So to begin with, my name is Winnie. Winnie Nyarangi. I wear so many hats, but we'll narrow it down to what we are here for. I am a girl in tech. I am a CEO of a hair business called Amazed by Locks. I am a recent graduate.
Woo, to getting the papers.
Just finished school. Yes, that's basically it.
That's basically it.
Yeah, so
now, guys, if you didn't hear the CEO in between, I do not know what you're doing here, but this girl is a CEO. She runs a hair business by the name Amazed by Locks.
Yes.
Now, if you want to get your hair done, she's the girl to call. If you want to get locks, if you want to get, I mean, just look at her. Just look at her. She speaks for herself.
Yeah.
But anyway, first things first. Is Amazed by Locks your first business, or when did the business journey kickstart in your life?
Okay. Amazed by Locks is my first business. To answer your first question, yes. It kickstarted during the COVID period. I was home. Everything. I was at school by then. I was, I think, in third year, second year, that period. When it started in 2020, at the beginning of 2020, I was home. I had a lot of free time, had a lot of things to do. However, since we are friends, I used to be a major creative in high school. I used to make bows from hair bands. Right? I used to come up with these creative ideas about hair. I've always loved things to do with hair because I feel like your hair represents so many things. It represents our African heritage. It represents your style. It represents your feeling, your mood. Hair represents a lot of things, and your hair can change your look very fast. Hair represents so many things. So with the women, if I can say, the women who go bald and they feel confident that when it's ragged hair, they feel confident in it. Your hair speaks so much volume for yourself.
Okay.
So I'm very passionate about women's hair or hair in general.
Or hair in general.
Yes. So
Okay.
that's how.
So it goes back to high school where you started making bows for hair and everything to do with hair.
Yes.
Then your first business kickstarted during COVID-19.
Yes, correct.
Is there a reason as to why you decided I'm going to start this business now?
Well, to begin, we were all home. We were all bored. We needed money. I'd say it's a labor of love that came from home and being bored
and being bored.
Yeah, needing the money. So I looked at my aspects of my niche and what I'm really good at, and I said, okay, let's try and monetize what we can.
And what we can.
Yes.
So how did you start it off? Did you require any capital? How did you get clients? Take us through the journey of how did it start?
How did it start? In terms of capital, I started with the lowest amount of 500 shillings.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I needed a packet of hair, which at the time costed 300 shillings, one packet. And I needed a pin, a crochet pin, which was 100 bob. And that amounts to 400 shillings. So with that, I made the hair that I wanted to my liking. I did it to my hair myself. And when I walked outside, everyone was very impressed. And they kept on asking, who did your hair? Who did your hair? And I was very shocked by the amount of
love that people were giving your hair.
Exactly.
Done by you.
Done by me. And To be honest, at the first time, I didn't even have a price list. So I had to go back to the drawing board of, if people like this hair, apparently, how much am I going to charge? How much is going to be my profit? How the labor, exactly. So with that, it made me narrow down to a hypothetical situation. If someone was to ask me about my hair, this would be the price, right? And to be honest, the capital then I started with was 400 and a couple of YouTube lessons here and there, and I was good to go.
You're good to go. So you just went to YouTube, self-taught.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, self-made billionaire.
It is
coming through very soon.
Very yes, welcome.
Absolutely, I love that. Now, I think you've told us the how. You've told us the client just liked your hair. Was it a friend? Was it a stranger? Did you appeal to strangers as well? And you thought, oh, okay, I think I'm broadening my horizons to not only my friends, but to, just strangers as well.
Okay. Yeah. First of all, with my friends, it was quite new to them. Because, when you're sitting with your friends, they don't expect you to charge them.
Yes.
Because basically, we know each other. You should be doing this for me, right? And for my first client was my best friend. And she saw my hair, she liked it, and she asked about it, and I gave her the price list. And she was like, okay, I can work with this. So she was my first ever client.
Wow.
Yes.
And she paid you?
She did pay me.
Oh, so we can still have friendships and businesses running together.
Boundaries and money, you're good to go.
You're good to go.
You're good to go.
What influenced you to keep doing it? Because at this point, you're doing it, a couple of friends have liked it, but it's no longer about liking your hair. It's now a business. What influenced you to take that path and remain on that path?
First of all, I had a passion for hair to begin with, ever since for a long time. I had a very big passion for hair. So that kind of motivated, looking at a woman or anyone per se, and making them feel better and boosting their confidence, made me feel like I really want to continue with what I'm doing. The passion, also the money kept on coming in at that specific time. And it was a new concept for people around me, so they also wanted to try it. So those are the things that really pushed me into getting in there and just putting myself up there and say, this is the road I've taken, and I'm going to follow it to wherever it leads me. Yes.
Now the craziest bit is, did you ever think in your life you'd be running a hair business?
Oh no.
It wasn't a dream, are you sure?
Did I had the passion, yes. However, the dream wasn't as solid as someone who you can say, I want to run a big, mega empire. No. For me, it came out of fun, number one, passion, number two, love for the hair and everything around it, number three. And as a campus student, so the money, the small incentive I got at that specific time to begin my business motivated me to get more money. And when it became not something I could see as a proper business, that it started going and moving, is when I had to narrow down to what's the vision I have for my business. Where do I want it to go? How much do I want to be making? The profits that I need to. Are there other factors that I need to look into? Like, do I have to have a shop and the taxes, the everything that the money also plays a role, because when you start a business, you expect profits from it, right? So that was also something that could come to play
into the whole thing.
Yes.
Amazing. So going back to when you started it during COVID-19, what were some of the challenges you experienced during that time?
Okay. I had number one, because I was so new to the game still, I had very demanding clients, and because I didn't want to let it go, because it was something so dear to me. I had to deliver, and I had to deliver very fast, in as much as it needed time to refine the work that I need to do. I didn't have that luxury at the same time. So I had very demanding clients, amazing clients first, but very demanding at the same time. I was juggling school and my business, so that before you get a footing there, it was very difficult for me to begin with. The other challenge I faced was pricing. It was I didn't know how to handle my returns.
Okay.
Yes, I didn't know that, and I didn't know how to 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 begin to outsource clients from, because I hadn't done really good social media management. That also came to play.
Came to play.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it was something I had to look into and fine tune a lot of things during the period.
During the pandemic.
Yes.
Amazing and very interesting facts right here. She started her business during the pandemic, guys. It was peaked. She's now running it. She's a full-blown CEO. Guys, if you want to get your hair done, she's mobile. And that's another thing I want us to talk about.
Yeah.
You do your business as a mobile
stylist.
Hairstylist.
Yes.
You go to people's places.
I do go to people's places.
Does it scare you? Is it scary? Is it risky? It's all about the risk.
When you start a business, honestly, you have to incur the risks as well. So it does scare me from time to time. However, I need to in a way to curb that, I need to tell and alert people where I'm going. These are the places I'm being at. I have to talk to you for a couple of days for me to know who exactly I'm meeting with, because there's that aspect of security for me. Who am I going to meet? What are they going to do? How do we relate? To curb that, and we move by faith and by risk as well when you own a business as well.
Okay, guys, did you hear that?
Yeah, you have
She needs to write a quote, because at this point she's spewing wisdom. Repeat it.
You have to move by faith and by risks as well.
If you're running a business.
If you're running a business, every business has its own risk. Okay. So this one, among the mobile people, and even mobile people who have the, let's say, shop, they don't have the shop, they have to go to their clients instead. The risk of security has to be there. So for me to curb it on my end, I have to alert my people. I have to know who I'm going to, who is the middleman between us, and where can we meet? Am I safe? Do I know someone around that? Do I have to give? I'm very, very cautious about my location as well.
Okay.
Yes.
Very interesting facts.
And the gender as well.
And the gender.
And the gender.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the gender.
You heard it, guys. So much to learn, so much to hear. If anything, would you change anything that happened within the course of your business journey? What would you consider the highs of this business and the lows of your business?
The highs of my business were, I love what I do. I love making women specifically, because most of my clients are women. I love making them feel confident in their hair. I love making them feel like they can conquer the world. So my high points are when I do someone's hair and they remember me for it. They remember me for it. They feel confident in their hair.
Okay.
They're
interesting. And what is your low when it comes to your business? Something people don't prepare you about a business, and you're just like, you guys never give me the memo. You should have.
The tears that come with it, the pressure that comes with the business. No one really prepares you for the fact that you will incur losses. No one will really prepare you for handling criticism that comes from the other party when you haven't done what they wanted. And the imposter syndrome that kicks in, that when you feel like you haven't given your best, should you shut it down? Should you give up and just move? When you're incurring losses, should you just leave? But until you know your why, it's going to be very, very hard for you to move on with business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the greatest question you need to ask yourself: why this business? Why this dream? Why now? Why everything? And then you'll get to know, okay,
yes,
this business makes sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely interesting. What do you think are some of the challenges, or which are those challenges that other businesses face that you think you didn't really face?
Honestly, capital, because it's very easy for me to just say, just start, right? But some of us fail to see that the capital that needs to be put in the business, the teams you have to put in place for the business. Because you see, for me, I was everything for my business. I was the content creator, I was the grader, I was the marketing, I I was basically
The everything.
the
there.
everything for my business, right?
Do you think that now with the point you've gotten, you want to expand that team?
Yeah.
And is it posing a challenge on who should I get when it comes to my team? And
Yeah.
is it a challenge?
It is a challenge.
Break
Because
it down.
because at the same time I realized
Mhm.
I'm not really good at marketing,
Mhm.
but there's someone else who's really good at social media marketing and social media management.
Mhm.
The captions that we need to catch someone's eye, I may not be the one to generate them.
Mhm.
So if I'm willing to, if not if when I expand my business,
Mhm.
that is something I'd want to look at.
Okay.
I'd want to look at the space that, apart from being mobile,
Mhm.
do I want to have like a permanent shop that will tie me down
Mhm.
to paying rent every single day
Mhm.
and still getting like the profits to my business as well?
Okay.
That will pay even my
Your
employees.
That's
Yes.
very interesting.
Yes.
As we conclude, thing is, you've talked about capital and looking for partners, and sometimes it can be very difficult. Not only partners, but people you're employing.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of getting a partner and investing in your business to expand? Has it ever crossed your thoughts?
Yes.
Mhm.
It has crossed my thoughts because to some extent you need more money to make more money.
Mhm.
You understand? And for you who doesn't have, or personally for me
Mhm.
who didn't have that more money, it's very hard for me to get my target clients. Yes. So if I get an investor who has so much money and say, I want to open up a shop for you, let's say at Hurlingham,
Mhm.
and be good at what I do, you see the prospects of people who live in Hurlingham come to my hair studio or hair shop, right?
Mhm.
So it has expanded my target market as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's very, very interesting.
Yes.
Now, parting shot, where can we find Amazed by Locks? First of all, I want us to know. Says I cut a number. If you want to call her for business, please do.
Please call.
Please do.
Yeah.
Yeah, the money.
Yeah.
Where do we find Amazed by Locks? How do we reach you? How do we get to say, Winfrey, I need my hair done. I have a wedding tomorrow.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
As of now, because I'm also focusing on so many other projects. Right now we're only on Instagram as Amazed by Locks, or you can go to my personal page, which is Winnie Nyarangi. Everything about Winnie Nyarangi is there. My number, my website, everything is there.
Everything is there.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing. Any parting shot to anyone who's starting a business, and do you consider yourself a dare to dream kind of story when it comes to your business?
Oh yeah. Yes, I do think that I'm a dare to dream kind of person with my business, because I just go with it.
You go with it.
Go with it.
Uh-huh.
As I always say,
You're a product of daring to dream.
Daring to dream, and other than dreaming, work towards it. Because you can't dream and just leave it like that. Because we call as
you need to wake up at some point from the dream and work.
True. That's very true. You have to wake up and work. So dream, go with it, and just start. Just start wherever you are.
My goodness.
Just start.
The hashtag is dare to dream, guys. The hashtag is dare to dream. Right here on Think, I'm gonna be letting you in a little secret. If you're looking for a partner, an investor, and businesses to actually work with, Tinker is where you need to get this particular service. Download the app from Play Store. I'm gonna be telling you much more. She's going to be partnering up in a few years, so watch out if you're looking for partners and if you're looking for investor. But I want her to give us her parting shot, especially when it comes to people starting their businesses, people in their own cocoon, people who fear, people who feel like, oh my god, it's too much, it's overwhelming. Should they do it afraid? Should they go with it? Parting shot, just one time.
Do it scared, do it afraid, do it confused. You will figure it out along the way.
Okay.
Because if you started it when you're scared, we will see it as the audience, we will see it so many times, such that when you fail to do it once, you'll be like, where is this person? What happened? Today they haven't done this. What happened? You see, but when you do it very consistently, do it scared, you'll get a hang of it.
You get a hang
You will
of
get a hang of it.
So when Priya say, do it afraid, dare to dream, wake up from the dream and work towards the dream. Keep it right here on Tinker as we bring you more dare to dream stories, because the hashtag is definitely dare to dream.